How do you recognize excellent work, and how do you encourage students to imagine broadly? The three things that I look for when I'm looking at student work: voice, point of view, sensory details. And separate content edits from copy edits. What I mean by that is you may have a student that may not have, they may not be strongest with grammar and syntax, but boy is their voice clear. Boy, do they have a unique point of view. My goodness, do they describe things with these sensory details. So I try to set aside grammar, syntax. Those things are important and we will address those, but it's important to address those separate and apart from the imagination and the creation of the story, because what you don't want to do prematurely is have students worrying about, well, does the comma go in this right place, or I don't know how to start this sentence, or punctuation. We'll get to that. But what we want before that is students to get all of their ideas out. And one thing that I had to train myself to do as a content creator is to not edit myself prematurely. Now, this is something that I want to delve into because some of the things that came out when I would do my automatic writing exercises were rather disturbing, right? But the good idea can't happen until the bad idea first occurs. So, voice. Well, how do I recognize voice? Is this a story told through the eyes of a character that either you haven't seen before or you've never seen it presented in this way? Voice. Point of view. From what perspective am I telling this story? Through whose eyes do I see what is happening? And that's one of the ones I think that's a challenge for many developing content creators is point of view. One, understanding it, and two, figuring out how to appropriately use it. Third, sensory details. Through the use of these sensory details, that's how we're able to take this story that doesn't exist. That's how we're able to engage this story as if it's something that's a part of our world because of the descriptions of what people hear, what they smell, what they taste, what they see. Now, granted, when you're writing a screenplay, if you can't hear it or see it, you can't write it. But it's not just limited to screenplays. Whenever you're writing a novel, whenever you're writing an essay or a short story, the sensory details are so incredibly important because it's through those sensory details that the story becomes organic and real. And that helps us to do what? Willingly suspend our disbelief in order to make an emotional investment in the story.